Hey there, this is Layla from RetellAI. I'm calling you because you just opted in our Facebook ad.
Yes?
Well, if you're interested in knowing more about the solar potential of your house, we can send you a customized analysis for your house by email.
Yeah, sure, that would be great.
Perfect. To do that, I just need to know your address and your monthly electricity bill. Let's start with your address.
Okay, first of all, we can see that the address is pretty spot on. It's exactly the address that we told to the AI, as well as the satellite imagery of that. Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna show you how you can build an automation that uses an AI voice system and will call leads and will send them a PDF like the one that you just saw while the call is still happening. By the way, if you're new to this channel, I basically help people make money with AI and automation systems. So the tools I'll be using are make.com, RetellAI, and apiTemplate to create the PDFs on the fly. Some time ago, I watched Liam Otley's video where he built a solar bot that gives solar information about a property. When I watched it, I was thinking, okay, it's good, but there is definitely a way to make it better. That video used the Google Solar API, which is an API that Google released in August 2023. By the way, an important detail about the Solar API is its coverage. So as you can see here, those are the areas that are covered. So if you want to try to apply this to a property that is in India, this won't work. However, for all the densely populated areas in the US or in Europe, like big cities and so on, they have high resolution satellite imagery, so it should work very good. I think it's a pretty cool API that gives a lot of insights about buildings. But first, let me show you exactly what we'll be building. Imagine a solar agency running Facebook ads. A lead will put his name, phone and email, and then this will trigger a phone call from an AI voice bot. The bot will ask whether the lead wants to receive the solar potential of their property. And if the answer is yes, the AI will ask two questions. First, it will ask what's the monthly electricity bill, and then it will also ask what's the specific address of the property. Based on those two questions, it will create a PDF, then send it by email to the lead while the call is still happening. This PDF contains multiple incentives that the lead may benefit from. The number of panels that the Google Solar API advises to install, the payback period, as well as the savings during the first year. And it will also show a satellite view of the lead's house with solar irradiance of the hottest month. So basically it's customization instantly and on demand. And the goal of this is to really increase conversion rates from Facebook ads. This will be a step-by-step tutorial, so it should work if you follow exactly the steps that I will be showing you. And by the way, the Make blueprints as well as the code are available in my resource page, so feel free to download it and to test that with your own house. The first thing that you want to do is to make sure that RetellAI is working on your computer. If it's not the case yet, well, don't worry about that because I created a video where I showed you how you can do just that. The next step now is to open the folder where you downloaded your files, and then you will right click, you will click on Open in Terminal, and you will write pip install requirements2.txt. Actually, this command will install new Python libraries that you need for this video. And those are the Python libraries that will be installed: NumPy, tfile, matplotlib, Pillow, and SuperImage. The next step now is to test this new library called SuperImage. It is basically a library that contains neural networks that are used to upscale images. Because if you directly get the images from the Solar API, those will be very small. So we need a way to upscale them without losing quality. So what you will be doing is just opening this file test superimage.py and then run it. I have here this image called imagetest.png, and it will just process it and use a neural network to upscale it. Now the reason we do that is that the first time you will be running this library, this SuperImage library, it will download the neural network model. And it might take some time. That's why we just make sure that we do this step before, so that when we will need it later on to generate the PDF, it will not take that much time, to upscale an image. And by the way, this library contains multiple neural networks. I chose this one called DRLN because based on some benchmarks, it showed the most promising results. Now I just ran this file and this is the result. you can see that the image is still the same, but it's upscaled with a higher resolution. Now after that, the first thing that we want to do is to create a make scenario, because we want to trigger the phone call to the lead. So this one will start with the webhook. Now in the files that you downloaded, you will just open callsolarlead.html, and here you will put the URL of your webhook. Then you will open the file in your web browser. Here at this point, it doesn't matter what type of data you will put in, because we just want the webhook to know that it will be receiving a name, a phone, and an email. So I just wrote test here, and then I trigger the call. The result here is that the webhook has now successfully determined the data structure. Then you will press OK. Now we need to create a JSON that will serve as the body for our request for RetellAI's API. So this JSON will contain 3 items. The first one is phone number. It is required. The second item is a name. And the third item is an email, and required too. Then you click on save. So those 3 fields will appear here. And then you will select for each field its corresponding data from the webhook. And then once it's done, you click on OK. Now the final step is to use the HTTP module, the make a request action. Now before we go any further, we need to make sure the RetellAI server is up and running. If your RetellAI server is running, you will see your ngrok address here. So you just copy it. You paste it here, and then you write /make phone call /. Here for the method, it will be a post. We will be needing a header, so you just click here, add a header. For the name, you will write X Retell signature, and for the value, you will write your RetellAI API key. You can easily find it in your dashboard. Now for the body type, we'll choose raw. The content type, we'll choose JSON. And for the request content, we'll just select the JSON string, and then we click on OK. Now we'll test that the call is working. So now you just put your information. Of course, make sure that your phone number is correct and it starts with a +1. Here for the email, it doesn't matter whether it's a good or bad email at this point. You first run this automation, wait for new data. So once everything is ready, you should click on call the lead now. You should be receiving a call. There you go. Now that the call worked, we need to move on to the next steps, which is to create our PDF template. And to do that, you need to go to apiTemplate.io and create your account there. They have a free tier, so you will be able to create up to 3 templates and to generate up to 50 PDF. Now you click on Manage Templates. Here it should be empty, but basically you just click on New PDF Template. And don't worry about all of this, guys, because this will be available in my resource page. So to create a PDF, we need 3 components. The first one is the HTML, which means the structure of the PDF. The second part is the CSS, which means the styling and the colors and the format for this PDF. The third component is the JSON part, which is the data that will be inputted in that PDF. Now the next step is to create our second make scenario, and this will also start with the webhook because it will be triggered while the call is still happening with the AI. Now for this webhook, we'll be adding it a data structure. So you just click on edit here, and then show advanced settings, and then here we'll click on add. For the items, just follow along and create the same items. So those are the items that you need: the name, the email, the phone, monthly bill, federal incentive, state incentive, utility incentive, the number of the panels, payback period, savings year 1, address, and irradiance B64. Check them all as required, and then you click on save, and then save again, and then OK. Now we need to add the module that will actually create the PDF. You just search for apiTemplate.io and you will click on create a PDF. Now of course you will need to establish a connection with apiTemplate, and to do that you need to get the API key from your dashboard. And to get that, you just go back to your templates, your PDF templates, you close this window, you click on this tab here, and you will see your API key here. Now the payload type will be key value pairs. The template ID is just the name of your template. I called it my new template. For the key value pairs, we need to add all the data that will be used by apiTemplate to write the PDF. So here you will click on add item. All of this data that you see from the webhook will be used in this module. So for example, for the name, I will write here name, and for the value, it will be the actual value of the name. I will do the same for the email. And you follow the same logic for the rest of the data. And you keep the rest of the options as they are, which means for the expiration, never, for the delay, never as well. For those colors CMYK, you should uncheck that. Never for the image resample resolution, and for the PDF standard, you just set it as default. And then you click on OK. Now this module will actually generate a PDF and store it in apiTemplate servers. But then we need a way to download this file. And to do that, we need to use the HTTP module. And you need the action get a file. For the URL, we'll be using the download URL from the apiTemplate module. Then you click on OK. Now the final step is to use Gmail. You will click on send an email so that you will be able to send a mail from your Gmail account to any type of email, actually the leads email. In my video how to catch all your Facebook leads with AI, I showed you how to set up Gmail in make.com. So just follow along that video so that you will be able to do the same and run this tutorial. If you have done it already, it will be super easy for you to connect Gmail with make.com. You just have to click on add and then here show advanced settings and copy and paste your client ID and client secret. And then once you're done, you just click on sign in with Google and choose the right Gmail account that is added as a user for that Google Cloud project. Now for the recipient, you will just select email. For the subject, I will just write here your solar analysis. For the content, I'll write this. Hello name, please find attached the solar analysis of your home. Now the most important part will be to add an attachment to this email. And to do that, you just click here, add an attachment. By default, it will select HTTP get a file from the previous module. Then you click on OK. Okay, great. Now we have done our make scenarios. Now let's test everything. Actually, before we go ahead and start testing this bot, we need to do two steps. The first one is to copy this webhook URL and to paste it here in line 272 of this file here. Now the second step is to get our Solar API key from our Google Cloud project. To do that, you just create a new project in your Google Cloud console. Now that you created the project, you just click on APIs and services, and then you click on enable APIs and services. Here you will just look for two APIs, the Solar API and the geocoding API. Both need to be enabled. So here's the Solar API, you click on it, and then you click on enable. And then you search for geocoding API, you enable it as well. Now you need to go to credentials. Here we will create our API key. So to do that, you click on create credentials and you select API key. So once everything is done, you will just have here an API key and you show it by clicking here, and then you copy it and you paste it here. So basically this API key will enable us to use both the Solar API to get the insights about buildings, but also to use the geocoding API, which serve to translate an address to a latitude and longitude. Okay, so for this particular test, we'll be using this address, 1643 Kirtner Avenue, San Jose, California. Let's first run the two scenarios. Wait for new data. And here let's fill the form with the right data. Now let's call ourselves. Hello.
Hey there, this is Layla from Solar AI. I'm calling you because you just opted in our Facebook ad.
Yes.
Well, if you're interested in knowing more about the solar potential of your house, we can send you a customized analysis for your house by email.
Yeah, sure, that would be great.
Perfect. To do that, I just need to know your address and your monthly electricity bill. Let's start with your address. Could you please tell me what's the address of your house?
Okay, sure. It's 1643 Kirtner Avenue, San Jose, California.
Thanks. And on average, how much do you pay per month on your electricity bill?
On average, I pay around $120.
Awesome. Let me send you our analysis by email. Hold on a sec.
Sure. Okay, now the bot was supposed to confirm that the email has actually been sent. I think it just needs a few tweaks on the prompting. So now let's check our mail. Okay, first of all, we can see that the address is pretty spot on. It's exactly the address that we told to the AI, as well as the satellite imagery of that. If you look at this picture, it's exactly the same property. And of course, we have access to all the information. So the federal incentives, which is about $2,500, the number of panels advised, 5, the payback period, and the savings during the first year. So that's awesome, it's working great. Alright guys, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. If you have any remarks, don't hesitate to comment down below, I will be answering you. By the way, with my AI agency, we develop any types of automation and AI systems. If you're interested, book a meeting to the Calendly link in the description. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. It will really help my channel. Also, if you need help for debugging, don't hesitate to comment down below. Cheers guys!